welcome to my channel. My name's Andy, I'm the Shropshire Angler. Down on the River Severn again. This is the last weekend before the end of the, before the beginning of the close season, should I say. The weather's been quite nice this week, so I thought we'd have a go for some barbel and some chub, which is another mission I want to cross off this year. The pike missions hit a bit of a stall. Unfortunately, I've been laid up the last couple of weeks, and family members have with the flu or whatever this virus is that's going around at the moment. We might have to put that on hold until the end of the year, unless I get one more chance before the end of March. But no, it's been a bit of a difficult one. I was either going to go piking today, but seeing as it's been mild in the night and the weather's been mild and quite nice during the day, my friend was down here yesterday and caught some barbel and chub. I thought, let's try and tick one off, another challenge for this year. So hopefully I'm going to catch on the river properly today, and I hope for you as well, because I want to be able to show you some fish on the video. But yeah, let's go down and see what we can do, shall we? So I'm in the exact same peg my friend was yesterday, pretty much using identical tactics. He lost some barbel yesterday, and he caught a couple of barbel, and he also caught a chub or a couple of chub. So I'm hoping I can. I don't even bother if I repeat that level, because he's a better fisherman than me, but one would make me happy, just so that I'm showing that I can catch on the river, because it's always evaded me, the river. It's a different animal to the fishing on the pools and that, especially commercial pools. So yeah, we'll see what we got. So we're on the curried meat to start with. I have got the garlic meat. It's basically just a tin of luncheon meat chopped up in a bag. Go and buy the herb from the herb shelf on the supermarket, garlic granules sprinkled in. Same with the curry powder. You can just use straight meat, but they do like something a bit more potent, a bit more stinky. And basically for the first few casts, cast about every 5-10 minutes to get some bait out there, and then hopefully get them into the swim. It does look a little bulky and bizarre, the rig I'm using, but I'm told, oh, mink just swum right in front of me. So I have I'm hoping that this will do the trick. A little bit unorthodox. I normally fish on the river with a feeder, but you know, I'm willing to try anything. Like I say, using a lot of carp tactics really, with the PVA bag and also the stringer. I've got the next one ready, so you just put that on the end of the hook. That'll dissolve and scatter into the bay. But yeah, we'll see how we get on with that anyway. So it's lovely weather, completely different to when I was here 3 weeks back. In the freezing cold weather with about 5 layers on. It's quite nice and sunny today. I think it would have been a bit of a washout for pike really today. We haven't given up on that though. We'll return to that later on in the year if we don't get a chance before the end of March. But yeah, hopefully see what we can do today before the close season, and then obviously we'll be back in the spring to try again as well, for more barbel and chub, and maybe do a bit of trotting and that for big roach and whatnot. But yeah, we'll see how we go. It's a waiting game now. Alright, this is the gear I'm using today. This was one of my Christmas presents. It's a 12-foot Shakespeare SKP concept barbel rod. Seems a nice rod for the money. I think it was only about 30 quid. And I've got a Sonic 5000 match reel on there. Again, I think that was about £30–40. So not mega bucks, but yeah, got a nice solid tip on the end with a white bar indicator, and we'll see how we go. I'm just keeping an eye down here, because literally about 10 minutes ago a mink came out of this from under this bank here, swam across in front of me and disappeared down there. See if I can catch him on camera a bit later on anyway. But yeah, let's see if we can catch some barbel. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're using PVA bags with some mixed pellet in. That'll replace the feeder. Okay, so this feed we're using a mixture of 4mm, 6mm and 8mm pellets, which I'm putting into little PVA bags like that. We're fishing with garlic flavoured luncheon meat and curried luncheon meat. And also I've got some paste and some pellets if all else fails, but the meat seems to be what they're catching on at the moment. So I'm making up some of these ready to cast out each time so they're ready. And then also, this seems a bit of a carp method, but this is what my friend told me to do and what he's been doing, using the PVA tape. And he's also putting some broken off chunks of luncheon meat on there. You can then hook on hook, so when that dissolves the pellets will scatter out into the peg, and the chunks of meat as well. A bit more accurate than trying to catapult it out, or what you probably would have used back in the day was a bait dropper. So we're prepping them in between while we're waiting for a bite. We're fishing with a bolt rig lead, 2.5 ounce, a fluorocarbon hook link, size 8 hook. And we've got the curried luncheon meat on a hair, we've got the pellets, and we've got the offerings on the tape. It looks quite ungainly, but I'm told this is going to work, so we'll see. Well, what can I say? Bit of a disaster really. Surprise, surprise, no chub, no barbel. But I did speak to other anglers on my way back to the car, and everybody blanked on the river that day. So whether it was just something about the day before when people were catching, but yeah, I wasn't the only one, so that made me feel a little bit better. But that's river fishing, but we're going to try and crack it. So we'll be back again in the after the close season, and we'll be giving it another bash for the barbel and chub, and then obviously when we hit the winter be for the pike. We might even be trying for pike in general on still waters as well, but definitely have another bash on the river. But anyway, the session was cut short by a disaster for myself. Not really a disaster for anybody else involved, but unfortunately after the last footage I shot, I then decided to move to a different peg because I was having no joy. And I was I'd got some shots with the drone, and then I was pushing the barrow to the next peg, and stupidly instead of putting the drone away in case I wanted quick access, I just dropped it in my landing net at the front. And basically when I got to the next peg, which was quite a steep peg, I put the barrow down for a call to go and have a call of nature, and unfortunately the barrow then decided to roll down the bank sideways and stopped just on the water's edge, which was a bit frightening to start with, but at that point there was no major danger. The barrow was just lying at the water's edge. Unfortunately, when I went to retrieve the barrow, instead of stupidly fetching the drone out of the net, I decided to try and lift the barrow, and unfortunately the drone then plopped and disappeared into the water. And so I retrieved it luckily, and then after doing a bit of quick research on the bank, I thought I'd better get home and get this rescued. It's not very old, and although it's not a mega expensive drone, it's costly to me. So it was a case of pack up, give up, head back to the car, get back and doing a bit of emergency dry out, and then it's been buried in a Tupperware box of covered in rice for the last couple of weeks. But fortunately, there is good news. The little chappie survived. So yeah, he's given me a couple of sleepless nights thinking that he was still quite new. and it cost me quite a bit of money, but no, he's back alive and he's back up with it. So we were quite fortunate with that, but it was a nerve-wracking fortnight while he sat in rice. I think the only thing that saved him is he wasn't actually switched on when he went in the water. I must stop referring to him as a person, but yeah, so that was the reason for cutting it short. So going forward, obviously the weather's going to start getting better now, so we'll be heading out pleasure fishing again on the still waters and that, which is my normal sort of forte. So you know, there shouldn't be any reason why there's no fish being caught on the videos. I've put a couple of shorts on my channel showing that I have caught fish before, but yeah, so we'll after that bit of a disaster with the river, we'll just regroup and try again in the spring. So yeah, thanks for watching this short and unfruitful video. Still no fish from the river, but all being well, we'll get back on it in the new season. So thanks for watching. Thank God the drone's alive, and I'll see you in the next video. My name's Andy and this is the Shropshire Angler. Goodbye.